those little things where, again, he would walk through the door, drop his bags, daddy's home, take his phone, Friday night, Shabbat Shalom, throw it.
So is anyone going to talk about this right here? This is Erika with Yair Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu's son. And now suddenly she's on Fox News speaking Hebrew, telling Candace Owens to stop. Stop what exactly? Asking questions? Covering the story, exposing inconsistency?
Hate. It's evil. Charlie and I have always been very clear on our stance. Israel, Jewish people.
So Candace Owens just came out swinging with what might be the wildest claim yet. And this one doesn't just put Erika Kirk in the spotlight, it drags in Yair Netanyahu in a way nobody expected. According to Candace, there's actual evidence floating around suggesting Erika was pregnant by Yair Netanyahu. Yeah, that's where things instantly get intense. And it doesn't stop there, because what she's hinting about what happened after that, that's where the whole situation starts feeling seriously uncomfortable fast. Now you already know, Candace doesn't usually go this specific unless she believes there's something real behind it. And now that clips and connections are popping up, showing Erika and Yair were around each other way before she ever got close to Charlie Kirk, those old moments are hitting completely different. But people are looking back like, wait, was this all happening way earlier than anyone thought? And now the questions are getting louder. If this pregnancy was real, why has nobody said anything publicly until now? What else could Erika be keeping under wraps about her connection with Yair Netanyahu? Right after Candace dropped that claim, people online went into full detective mode, digging through everything. And that's when that photo popped back up again. But this wasn't just some random throwback from Erika's modeling days or another clip people already argued about. This one felt different. Because in that picture, right next to her was Yair Netanyahu. And standing there too, Tyler Boyer.
When I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. So it goes twofold here.
The second people saw it, the whole vibe shifted instantly. The post was dated June 13, 2019, which, if you line things up, matches right around the time Erika was getting close to Charlie Kirk. And suddenly the timeline started looking messy. But it wasn't just about who was in the photo. It was how they looked together. This didn't feel like random people standing at some formal event. The energy looked way more familiar, way more personal. And that's exactly why people can't stop talking about it. No awkward distance, no forced smiles, nothing stiff about it. They looked close, really close, the kind of comfort you don't just fake at some random political event. Before that photo surfaced, nobody was seriously thinking Erika Kirk and Yair Netanyahu had any kind of past together. There was just no reason to believe it. Their worlds didn't publicly collide like that, but now, that whole assumption is completely gone. Now, because that picture didn't just hint at something, it made it look like they actually knew each other, like this wasn't their first time crossing paths. It gave off energy like they'd been around each other for a minute, not just strangers meeting once. And the second people saw that, they didn't hold back at all. Questions started flying. How deep did this connection really go? And more importantly, what else from that time hasn't been said out loud? And this is where things stop feeling random and start looking like a pattern. Because this isn't even the first time people have questioned what Erika had going on before she got involved with Charlie Kirk. After Charlie passed, Erika went viral claiming she had never dated anyone before him. And at first, some people believed it straight up. But the internet did what it always does. It started digging. Old videos, old photos, everything started resurfacing fast. And within hours, that whole story started breaking apart. These weren't vague rumors either. These were clear, time-stamped moments showing Erika in different relationships, some casual, some serious, years before she ever met Charlie.
Disturbingly, with what Candace Owens said, that Charlie told someone right before he died, "I think I'm going to be killed." What's even stranger is Erika's claim that Charlie, a man known for saying that women should stay at home and raise the family, allegedly responded Erika would do a great job running it.
That's when people really started side-eyeing everything. One of the first names that popped up was Cabot Phillips, one of Charlie's close friends. There's a post of Erika and Cabot together at what looks like a painting class, with the caption, "Yes, we're that couple that gets painting lessons together." And yeah, that alone had people raising eyebrows instantly. But it didn't stop there. Then came Tyler J. Massey, and this one hit even harder. There's actual footage of them auditioning for The Amazing Race, and you can see it plain as day. They're comfortable, physical, and openly close in a way that doesn't look new or casual at all. The vibe between them? That looked like something real, and people noticed that immediately. On top of that, there were full-on engagement-style photos of Erika Kirk and Tyler J. Massey that had people convinced this wasn't just casual. They looked like they were heading towards something serious, something long-term. So, by this point, that whole claim that she had never dated anyone? Completely shattered. Like, no coming back from that. And here's what made it even more strange. None of this was hidden. This wasn't some deep, impossible-to-find stuff. It was all out there, easy to pull up. Which made people wonder, why say something that could be disproven so fast? Unless there was a reason she didn't want people digging too deep into that timeline. And maybe, just maybe, there was something else in that same period she didn't want resurfacing. But the moment that really made people stop and stare was this old clip from a 2015 Donald Trump rally 2015. And once again, Erika is right there. But she's not alone. Standing next to her is Tyler J. Massey, which at this point wasn't shocking. We already knew they were connected back then. But what did catch people off guard was the little girl standing right between them. Because the way all three of them were interacting, it didn't look random at all. It felt natural, comfortable, almost like they were used to being around each other like that.
Is now a resurfaced clip from Erika's Megyn Kylie interview where she claims in it the now famous billionaire donor meeting, that same meeting where Charlie was allegedly offered $150 million and a trip to Israel. Bibi himself was on the phone and asked Charlie in one of his first questions, what would TPUSA do if something happened to you? Now, in hindsight, that question sounds less like strategy and more like a warning.
Well, people started saying it gave off family energy, and that's when things got real confusing, real fast. Back then, most people brushed it off. There was never any confirmed proof that Erika and Tyler had a child together, so it got labeled as coincidence or people reading too much into it. But now, with that 2019 photo of Erika standing close with Yair Netanyahu blowing up again, people are going back and connecting dots they didn't even notice before. Suddenly, that little girl in the 2015 clip doesn't feel so random anymore. And even if Tyler Massey isn't the father, people are now side-eyeing everything because Yair is suddenly being looked at in a whole new way. And here's the part that really has people raising eyebrows. Tyler Bowyer keeps showing up in all of this. But he's in that 2015 rally footage. And he's also right there in the 2019 photo with Erika and Yair. At some point, people stop calling it coincidence and start asking what's really going on behind the scenes. Two completely different moments, years apart, but somehow tied together by the same person quietly standing in the background. That's when everything flipped. People stopped treating these like random clips and started looking at them like puzzle pieces from the same story. Pieces that just hadn't been lined up until now. Because once you really think about it, if those moments are connected, then this isn't coincidence anymore. It's a pattern. And that opens up a much bigger question about that little girl, where she fits, and why she keeps showing up in moments people are now rewatching way more closely. That realization alone had people spiraling, because suddenly nothing felt random anymore. Now this is where things got even more intense. When Candace Owens first started calling out Erika Kirk, most people didn't take it that seriously. It looked like just another online clash, another heated back and forth that would fade out.
That are telling me that just within 48 hours before Charlie passed away, his top Jewish donors were pulling funding from him, demanding that Charlie take their name off of the building that they had donated to Turning Point. I guess I can figure out who that is, how many people could have donated the building. And then once Charlie was killed, they said, never mind, put it back on the building. Okay? Charlie himself had alluded to a tremendous loss of money.
But Candace kept pushing, framing it as something deeper, calling it betrayal, and questioning who Erika really was, especially in relation to Charlie Kirk. At that time, people didn't fully understand what she was hinting at, but that changed fast. The second that photo with Yair Netanyahu started going viral again, everything hit different. Instead of clearing anything up, it poured fuel on the situation. And Erika didn't sit back. She went straight on the attack. She called Candace a clout chaser. Uri accused her of trying to profit off her grief, and even made moves that sounded like she wanted to shut the whole thing down completely. The energy shifted from defensive to aggressive real quick. But here's what really caught people's attention. Through all that strong response, the main accusations were never clearly addressed. And that silence? That's what made people lean in even harder. Suddenly, it wasn't just Candace leading the conversation anymore. People online started connecting dots on their own. One person pointed out that Erika, back when she was still Erika Franz-Faye, was connected to Yair on Facebook. And not just that, he had even liked one of her photos after she had already started seeing Charlie. That small detail, it hit way bigger than expected. That's because now people were thinking, if they were still interacting at that point, how deep did that connection really go? And why wasn't that ever mentioned before? Then another comment took things even further, saying Erika's true love was Yair Netanyahu. And once that idea started spreading, it stuck. People kept going back, rechecking timelines, rewatching clips, and suddenly everything started to feel like it was lining up in a way that couldn't be ignored. At this point, the conversation isn't slowing down, it's getting louder. More people are starting to believe this might not just be random drama. This could be something Erika never expected to fully come out. And that's exactly why Candace Owens is still pushing and refusing to drop it, because from her side, this story is far from over. Mauer, this was never just about Erika Kirk's dating history.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing my... I got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage? People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sex sells, babe.
That's just the surface. The deeper layer, the part that really has people locked in, is the much bigger claim Candace Owens has been pushing this whole time. She's been saying this situation might go way beyond relationships and into something a lot more serious. According to Candace, Charlie Kirk was dealing with intense pressure before everything happened. And she's not talking about vague rumors either. She's pointing at influence, financial pressure, and behind-the-scenes demands that he allegedly couldn't just brush off. That's where things start getting uncomfortable real fast. She didn't just throw that out there casually. She says she backed it up on her podcast. Candace shared messages that she claims came directly from Charlie, where he allegedly said he was being pushed hard, losing financial support, and being pressured to shift away from positions he had built his platform on. And if you know Charlie's public image, that's a huge shift.
What do you miss most? How are his parents doing? Because his parents are private. We saw them for the first time at the funeral.
Yes.
You did such a beautiful job there. How are all of y'all doing? You talk a little bit about the kids, but how's your mom doing? I mean, I know she's devastated for you.
My mom is Charlie and my mom. Well, Charlie's family's there. Everyone's hanging in there. We're doing the best to be expected. My mom and Charlie, they were best friends. I would always say that Charlie was her favorite child. But the thing that was so special about our Sabbath dinners was that it wasn't about religious protocol.
Because for years, Charlie was strongly vocal about his views, and that was a big part of his identity online. So hearing claims that he felt frustrated, boxed in, and even ready to step away from that, that's the part Candace keeps circling back to, saying it wasn't random. It was a turning point. Now tie that into everything else. Suddenly, Erika Kirk being linked to Yair Netanyahu, appearing in the same circles, with connections that seem to go back years before Charlie even entered the picture. And people are starting to look at the whole situation differently. Because if even a part of what Candace is suggesting is true, then this isn't just about past relationships or old photos coming back up. It becomes about why Charlie felt stuck, who he felt pressure from, and how Erika somehow sits right in the middle of all these overlapping timelines. And once you start viewing it like that, that 2019 photo doesn't feel random anymore. It starts looking like a piece of something bigger, something people still haven't fully explained. That's exactly why this conversation isn't slowing down. It's getting louder by the day, with more people trying to figure out what really connects all these dots. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think is really going on here? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one is far from clear. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can see what's unfolding. And make sure you stick around, and because this story is still developing, and you already know we're going to cover every update. See you in the next video.